Hello and welcome to the last marketing mix of February. Gosh, I can't believe that we're almost at the end of February already. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to grow an engaged list. It's something that's really close to my heart. You know that I talk about email marketing a lot, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's a really effective, low-cost digital tool for small businesses to use. That means that email marketing lets you talk directly to your target audience, to your community. And it does it in a way that social media doesn't. We all know that social media is fraught with different challenges. You've got your algorithms and content that works and content that doesn't. And of course, you don't own the data of those people that are following you on social media. So for that reason, sorry, I've got a really bad tickle. For that reason, I recommend you make email marketing part of your overall marketing plan. That means don't dump social media altogether. No, the two things work together hand in hand. So that's why I feel that email marketing is really important for small businesses to get a grasp of and make it something that really helps them to reach their target audience. So, as I said, today we're going to talk about growing an engaged list. And I know this is a challenge that lots of small business owners have. We're all fixated on numbers, right? We all want to have a big list that is, really active and gets us business. Now, what I will say to you is don't sweat the numbers. Don't think that you need to have a massive list to get engagement and to get business. You don't. Just think about it in the same way that you think about social media. Would you rather have 100 really engaged subscribers versus 50,000 subscribers who never open your emails? I know which one I prefer. So first of all, don't sweat the numbers. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover why you need an engaged list. And then I'm going to talk about how you get that engaged list. And it doesn't matter whether you've got a few people on your list or you're starting from zero. Everything that I tell you today will work for you. And it will work for you whatever email marketing tool you use. If you're watching live, please do ask questions in the comments and I will go through as many questions as I can. I know there's always questions about growing your email list. I always get asked plenty of things. So if anything pops up, post in the comment. Comment and say hello. Tell me where you're watching from today, just that I know who's watching and so that I can give you a shout out, because it's nice to know who's watching. I can only see numbers and I can't see the people that are watching live. So first of all, let's start off with why you should think about growing an engaged list. Well, first of all, you want the right people on your email list. There's no point in having people on your email list who aren't interested in what you do. They're not the right target audience for you. They're never going to buy from you. So it's an engaged list and is about people who actually want to hear what you want to tell them. They want to be part of that community where you share and help. You also need to know an engaged list helps you understand whether you're producing the right content for your email list. So a lot of people call email marketing email blasts, and it really annoys me because to me an email blast sounds like I'm just pumping out information, I'm broadcasting information to you, and I'm not giving you any opportunity to interact with me in return. And for me, it doesn't work that way. For me, email marketing is about building relationships. And so even though I use an email marketing tool, I always aim to write my emails like I'm writing to an individual on my email list. So I use lots of yous in there. I never talk about people in the plural in my emails. It's always to a single person. And also, when you hit reply to that email that comes into your inbox, it comes to my Outlook inbox. And I always reply because I want that relationship. So you need to know that content is going to help you build those relationships. And an engaged email list tells you whether your content is working or not. getting that engagement on your emails helps you to understand how to make better marketing decisions. What do I mean by that? Well, one of my favorite things about email marketing is actually the reports. It's not creating the emails or, putting in images or all of that stuff is great. And, it helps me communicate with my audience and help build that relationship. But the magic happens in the reports. And engaged email subscribers tell you the type of content that is going down well. And that means that you understand the type of content and the type of marketing that you should do in other areas of your marketing tactics. So, for example, if you share a blog post with your list and it's the biggest number of clicks you've ever had in your email, you know that you should be sharing that blog post on social media. But also, it gives you an idea of the type of content that your list is interested in. So now you can sit down and work out, well, how can I create more content that's similar to this, that I know that my audience, whether it's on email, whether it's on your website, whether it's on social media, that they will respond to, they will react to, they will love. So use that engaged list to help you make better marketing decisions. Now, an engaged list means that they're interested. And if they're interested, that means they're going to do something. And if they do something, that means that's better results for you. And those better results and that interesting content is going to equal recommendations, because we share things with people like us that we think they'll find interesting. We are all, we all know lots of small business owners, other small business owners. The small business community is a really engaged one. We all get on really well. We help one another. So your content is going to be recommended to other people, like your subscribers. Even if you're a consumer-based business, your subscribers, if they think the content is relevant to their friends and family, they will share that, and then you will absolutely grow your list, because those people will want that content on a regular basis, rather than waiting for whoever forwarded it to them to send them another email. So it's going to help you to grow your email list. And this engaged list, it can be looked at in another way. It can be looked at as a healthy list. And having a healthy list is important, because that healthy list tells email service providers like Google, like Yahoo, like Outlook, that your audience wants those emails, and it results in fewer spam reports. We don't want spam reports, do we? Because the more spam reports you get on your emails, the less likely your emails are to get through to your subscribers. So having that engaged email list means that it's healthy, and it means that you'll be able to communicate with people, because your emails will get through to those Gmail addresses, those Outlook addresses, and so on and so on. So that's why you really need to focus on engagement. I know that opens are really important to people. And of course, if people don't open your emails, how are they going to engage? But making sure that you've got really good quality content that helps people be interested in your emails is hugely important too. So let's move on to how, and you can grow this engage, this healthy list. And really, it's not just how, it's how and where you ask. Okay, so those are the important things. So let's break this down a little bit. I would really recommend that you get explicit permission from people for you to email them. I typically don't add anyone to the marketing morsel unless they've filled in their details on an online form. I really don't. I very rarely add someone to that list with them just saying, can you send me an email? Can you add me to that list? So you need to make sure you have explicit permission. And when you use an email marketing tool, that helps you get the explicit permission because you're using those list growth forms. You're using them in lots of different places where people fill in their own information and they submit that to you. And that is an explicit, yes, I want to be added to your email list. Be straightforward and transparent. Okay. None of us likes to be tricked into being added to an email list. I know I bought something the other weekend and I specifically didn't tick the box that said, I want to hear from you in the future. I didn't do it. Guess what? They've started emailing me. And it's annoying. It's annoying because you've given me the choice. But realistically, you've taken that choice away from me because you're going to do it anyway. So why ask? So be transparent and straightforward. Tell people what's in it for them by joining your list. What are they going to get? So when you join the Marketing Morsel, which is it's much more than an email list now. When you join, what you get is a weekly email, but you also get access to my private Facebook group. In that private Facebook group, there's a weekly discussion about the content of the email that I sent out so that we have a chat about how you can take that week's topic and apply it to your business. There's exclusive content. Right now in my Facebook group, we've got a group planning exercise going on where anyone who wants to do an offer for Mother's Day, we're planning that together. And so on and so on. There are lots of other things as well. So you see there's a benefit in you actually signing up for that one email because that one email a week opens up so much more to you than you might think. So tell them what's in it for them. You decide what content you're going to give. It might be exclusive discounts that they can't get anywhere else. Exclusive content. So it could be that you create content just for your email list that isn't available anywhere else. It could be first access to events. So if you host lots of events, it could be first access or even specific upgrades if they book for an event. Whatever it is, work out what those things are so that you can communicate to people what's in it for them. And then the next thing is to tell them how often you're going to email them. Because none of us wants to be bombarded. We all get a lot of emails as it is. So be really open about how often you will be popping up in their inboxes. And then guess what? Make sure you stick to that. So if you tell them that you're going to email them monthly, then don't suddenly start emailing them every day because that's annoying. You're breaking a promise. So be transparent with what you're offering and how often you're going to contact people. Next thing, offer an opt-out. And again, if you use an email marketing tool, that's done for you. It's managed for you. You don't have to worry about it. There is always a link at the bottom of the email, and you can, every now and again, you can point that out to your subscribers and say, hey, if I'm not right for you anymore, just hit the unsubscribe button at the bottom of this email. It's scary to do that, right? Because you're thinking I'm losing subscribers. But it helps your results because if they hardly ever open your email, hardly ever engage with any of the content, it means that they're not interested in it as much as you would like them to be, or as much as your best subscriber is. And when they are removed from your email list and you're giving them the option to do that, your results are going to improve straight away. And you're going to have a list that wants to be there with you. So offer that opt-out. And then respect people's privacy. When you join my email list, I am the only one that can access it. No one else. It doesn't get sold or rented to anybody. You will only hear from me. You will only hear about other products and services if I believe in them. I've either tried them or I've experienced them in some way, and maybe they're not right for me, but maybe I've experienced an e-commerce solution. I don't use e-commerce, but it's right for some of my subscribers. I never, ever offer my email list to anybody else to use. You will only hear from me. So respect people's privacy, because that email address is important, right? It's a direct route to you, and you don't want everybody to have that piece of information. So it is really about how you ask, and keep those things in mind when you do ask. And realistically, you're asking in 3 categories of places, if you want to call them that. You've got online, in person, and in print. So let's break those down and go through them. So in person, if you have a physical premises, whether it's a shop or an office, you'll want some kind of signage that alerts people to the fact that you've got an email list and they would want to join. And the one thing that actually has made a comeback in the last 2 years is the QR code. So generate a QR code, put it on a little, I've forgotten what those boards are called, the little triangle boards that you can put on a counter. My hairdresser has little stickers on all the mirrors in the stylish stations for people to join her email list. So think about all the in-person places. For me, what I'm doing now, because I only realised when I went to my very first in-person networking event that my business cards are out of date. They're out of date. I'm my old branding. They've got old information on them. So I'm getting those updated. But every single iteration of my business card has had a way for people to join my email list, because I meet people in person. I swap cards with them. I don't want them to just take that card and then add it to the pile that they've got. They've got my contact details on the front. If they flip the card over, it's like, oh, there's some other information here, and oh, she's got an email list. So in-person places are hugely important and can work for, if you've got a premises or not, can work for B2B and B2C. So think about all the places that you might meet a prospective subscriber in person. Those are all the places that you want to ask. Equip yourself with the tools to be able to help people join your email list in person. Next is online. So online is everywhere that you can think of that people that you want to join your email list might be. So it's visitors to your website. If you sell on your website, it's at the checkout. On your social media channels. So every now and again, post that you have a newsletter and you would love people to join. Tell them the reasons why they should join. Tell them how often you'll hear from them. They'll hear from you even. If you've got a Facebook page, you've got the action button underneath the cover image. So use that to create a banner for your Facebook page, and use the button as a link to the form where people submit their information to sign up. There's lots of different ways online that you can actually communicate, not only that you have a regular email that goes out, newsletter, updates, but also a way for people to join at the bottom of your email signature. So if you email me right now, my email signature has a link for you to be able to join my email list. Really tickly throat today. So make a list of all the places online that you come into contact with or might come into contact with your target audience. Those are all the places that you want to ask. And then let's talk about print, because, people think that print is old-fashioned, it's out of date, but we still do use printed materials in our businesses. So I've already mentioned business cards. But let's think about some other things. If you run a takeaway, you want to add your email list, your mailing list, sign up to your menus. I've never had a takeaway yet where they haven't given me a menu. Even the regular, the Indian takeaway that we use down the road, I've probably got 5 or 6 of their menus in my drawer. because they always give us a menu with every order. You're missing a trick if you haven't got a QR code on your menu. What about other stuff? If you're going to an expo, expos are starting up again. I know my friend Carleen is hosting the Ealing Business Expo. Spelthorne, that's local to me, is also going to have an expo this year. You're going to have brochures. You're going to have some kind of handout that people take away. What happens to that handout once they've gone? Do you know? If you've got a link on there for people to join your email list to get a taster of the type of content that you send out, or the how it might be to do business with you, the type of products that you have, the type of services that you offer, that's a way that you're going to, even if you didn't speak to that person and all they did was sort of do a flyby of your little stall and picked up something, that's a way that you're potentially going to be able to keep in touch with that person. So just think about the printed materials that you have. If you are going to do an expo and you get a special T-shirt printed up, QR code on the back. QR code. Too busy to, no time to talk to me today. Join my email list. See how I can help you. Lots of different ideas. Like you're limited by your creativity, really. So don't ignore printed materials when you think about how you can grow your email list. And always think in those three. So where can I ask in person? Where can I ask online? And where can I ask in print? So maybe you're going to, if you've got a physical product and you ship that in a box to people, don't forget to include an insert in there telling people that they can join your email list. They might have missed it at checkout if they bought from you online. They might have missed it. But a little flyer in your box with, again, a QR code, because it's so easy to snap the QR code nowadays. I mean, I deleted my QR code scanner years ago, but guess what? 2 years ago, I put it back in. I added it, installed it again, because we had to all scan menus at restaurants and bars and pubs to be able to order anything. So now that everyone is used to scanning that, make sure that you make that part of your sign-up process. And make that sign-up form one that people want to add their information to. So don't ask for tons of information on that sign-up form. Realistically, all you need is an email address. That's all you need to get started. But if you want a bit more, email address and first name. If you have a birthday club, email address, first name and birthday. 3 pieces of information maximum. You can find out more about your audience later on as you get to know them more. You can get more information from your subscribers. And remember that every time that you send an email, you get more information anyway, because if they're clicking on things, they're telling you what they're interested in. And you could do things like surveys to understand more about them. Maybe you want to know where in the country they are, or maybe you want to know what websites they visit or what social media networks they're on. All of that information you can get at a later date. Just make it really easy for people to sign up to your list. And always, 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 always have a welcome email. And really, if you can, a series of welcome emails that gives people a nice welcome to your email list. You might want to give them a present. I do when people join my email list. And then a few other emails introducing yourself, introducing your business, perhaps telling them about your social media networks, giving them just that little bit more information to help to get to know you better, because people buy from businesses that they know, like, and trust. So start building that know, like, trust factor right from the beginning with a welcome email. We don't have any questions today, which I'm really surprised about, and very quiet today as well. So I'm going to start wrapping up. So just remember that what I said about not being overly disappointed if you don't have hundreds and thousands of people on your email list. Remember that the engaged list is much better than a huge list that doesn't do anything. Start growing that list slowly with really good content, which helps your subscribers engage. It makes them want to engage with your email. That engaged list will grow because people will start telling other people like them about the emails that you send and why they should join. And really, I call these people your secret sales force. They're out there advocating for you. So as long as you're giving them good stuff in terms of education, information, entertaining them, not bombarding them with sales messages all the time, they will stay and they will recommend you to other people. They will buy from you as well. So be consistent and be patient. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. It will. And when you get your first sale of emails that you've sent out, it's amazing. It's a really great feeling. So, it's worth persisting and carrying on. And make sure that you are really transparent about how often you're going to email people and what you're going to send them. Those two things are really important because it breaks down that objection of people saying, oh, no thanks. I don't want to give you my email address, because you're telling them straight away, well, you're going to get this, this, and this, and you're going to get it every month. And that really breaks down the barrier of them saying no. So that's where we are with growing an engaged email list. And as I am saying that, if you would like to join the Marketing Morsel Club, because it is more of a club now, I'm just going to put the link in the chat there now. You do get a present from me in that very first welcome email. So it's worth signing up. And then there's a whole host of other benefits that open up to you once you're through the doors. And if you want to get started with your email marketing, if you haven't got an email marketing tool yet, I do recommend that you use one, because growing your list is easier when you have a tool to help you. Now, I use and I recommend Constant Contact. There are a plethora of list growth tools in there. And with that link, you can try it free for 60 days. And it starts from as little as about £9 a month to get going with basic email marketing. So it's not very expensive either. And when you think about every pound spent, you get an average of £35.41 in return. That £9 is a worthwhile investment. So I hope you've enjoyed today. The marketing mix is going to take a little break. I'm going to step back, and I've done a lot of episodes on my own, and I really want to focus some time on finding other marketing experts that you'd like to hear from. So if there are topics in marketing that you have got gaps in, or you're dying to know about a certain type of marketing topic, let me know, because the next month or so is I'm going to be spending time finding these experts to bring to you on the marketing mix. So that's all for today. I will be back hopefully in April with some really super guests lined up, and I will see you then. Take care.